Welcome back! It's about time to upgrade the office, and not in a way you might think. Since we now have a 3D printer, a desktop CNC, and a bunch of other electronic equipment, not to mention the amount of batteries in all these devices, I thought it's a good idea to install some carbon monoxide and smoke combination alarms. So that's where these come in. In front of me here today, we have the SC07-W from XSense. This is a standalone RF set of network alarms featuring the Link Plus protocol. What sets these apart is being certified to the latest UL 9th edition standard, which ensures safety and of course reliability. This certification is actually mandatory for some cases for insurance claims of unpredicted accidents. Compared to other alarm systems, these have a few tricks up their sleeve. They are cheaper, easier to install because they are battery powered, so no extra wires are needed, and a mesh system like this can connect up to 24 devices. So even the biggest mansions can be covered with a bunch of these SC07Ws. One more thing I personally found an advantage is the battery life. These have integrated batteries that will outlast the lifetime of the device, which by the way is 10 years from the manufacture date. Let's take a tour around the outside of these devices first. On the front, we see that it's important to read the installation manual, of course. We have the model on top, SC07-W. Then we have a display which is going to show you if there's any concentration of smoke or particles, an LED status indicator with handy little labels underneath it, so green means power, red means alarm, and yellow indicates a fault. Right underneath that, we have a big test or silence button. Around the edge, we see the indication that to install it, we turn it clockwise, and to uninstall it, we turn it counterclockwise. On the bottom, we have the indication that the batteries are not replaceable. We have the manufacturing date, and also an empty space where we can put ourselves the installation date, which is simply put on the mounting ring and, as on the front, turn it clockwise. On the same ring, we see on the outside, attention, once assembled, the device can no longer be turned off, which is exactly what I said in the beginning. These grooves here, which are all around the device, will interact with the power on toggle to actually turn it on when you assemble it. Also in the package, of course, we get installation screws and anchors for each of the devices and an instruction manual. The good part when you buy a set like this is that all three alarms are pre-linked together, so you don't need to go through that process. But if you purchase more, let's say 2 sets and you have 6 alarms in total, it's super easy to pair new ones to the existing system. On the existing ones, you just press the test or silence button 4 times, and on each of the devices you want to connect to the existing set, you press the same silence button twice. Do this for all the alarms you want connected, and you're all set. Of course, the point of all these being connected is that when one of them senses danger, it's gonna send an alarm throughout the house to all of them. So if you're in a different room way further away, you'll be able to hear that there's an issue. Installation is super easy, but you'll need a drill or an SDS drill if your walls are thick concrete. The provided anchors will work very well in brick walls and concrete, but if your walls are drywall, you'll need specific anchors for that. Screw the ring to the wall and just attach by alarm by twisting clockwise. As I said before, this model has a lifetime of 10 years, starting with the manufacture date. There are also instructions on the back of the device on how to deactivate it after the 10 years period is passed. So let's power all 3 of them on and install them in the respective locations. So the first alarm will be installed on top of the 3D printer. And according to the manual, it's between 10 and 30 centimeters from the ceiling. Second alarm will go on top of the CNC, and I actually need a ladder to get up here. Great. And the final one will go on top of the soldering station. Here, it's very helpful to consult the manual because they have clear instructions on where to place the alarms, complete with dimensions and types of rooms. This can be easily purchased on the XSense website, and if you use code TechMagnet at checkout, you'll get 12% off the entire order. Pretty neat. If you're more familiar with Home Depot though, they also have these on their website. You can buy them online and pick them up in store if you don't want to wait for shipping. Now time to put them to the test. I will simulate a fire by just burning a small piece of paper, and let's see if all of them trigger at once. And as you can see, all of them triggered in sequence, telling us if we're in a further room that there's a problem. Also on the XSense website, they have the version of this alarm that's also connected to a base station that can be used with an app to send notifications to your phone and so on. Go ahead and check it out if you need something with an app connection. So let's wrap this up. If you need an alarm system that you can expand throughout your house with minimal steps to interconnect more alarms as you go, and if you value having the certification that is required for some insurance claims, these are the model to go with. As always, if you're interested to buy them, there's going to be links down in the video description. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you next time.